Hi everybody, thanks for joining me here at Friendship Shaving. I've got a little bit of a different shave for you tonight. Got my ever ready brush. I've already soaked it, but I'm just going to pop that back in the sink of cold water that I've got here now. I've got my PAA travel scuttle and it is full of frozen water. It's been in the freezer for 24 hours and it is ice cold. So gonna load my brush with a soap from the Cold River Soapworks. That's quite appropriate really, but it is Jeff's soap. It was a benefit soap made by the Cold River Soapworks to help a gentleman out. It's not for sale anymore, and it was passed on to me by a gentleman called Paul, and I must say it is a very, very nice soap. It is my first experience of a Cold River soap, and it really is a fantastic soap. I'm finding it absolutely wonderful. So I'll try and tell you a little bit more about the soap as we go along. But I must say it has been extremely difficult to find information on the scent of this soap. Now there we go, I've got my brush loaded and I'm going to just add a drop of water to my scuttle, and I'm going to build it down here rather than hold it up to the camera. I'm not fantastic at bull lathering, but we'll see how this goes with the freezing cold scuttle as well. I wonder if that will make a difference. And while I'm doing this, I would like to say that I've drawn a name out of the hat, so to speak, for the Truffet & Hill luxury soap that was offered as a giveaway last week, and the winner's name is Johnny Johansson, and I hope I've pronounced that correctly, Johnny. I'll leave my email address in the comments section of the video, or you can always catch me via Messenger or through the Facebook group. Congratulations, I will pack that up and get that sent off to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, excuse me, I'm not looking at the camera while I concentrate on building this ladder. To be honest, I'm finding the scuttle a little bit too cold to hold. But as I'm holding the handle, it is warming slightly. Now, I think that might just do. I'm going to wipe some of that off, and then I'll wet my face and we'll get going with a shave today. I've got no idea what this is going to be like with this freezing scuttle. When I had this idea, it was a very hot day, and it's not so hot today. Now let's get this on. Actually, I'm surprised that doesn't feel any different. It's not particularly cold. That's rather strange, actually. I'm very surprised at that. I wonder if the friction of the brush in the bowl has somehow warmed the soap. I'm just pushing the soap that's left in my bowl right down to the bottom where it's really, really cold. Now this soap is really, really lovely. It's a floral soap, and I'm unsure about floral soaps. I don't know if they suit me or not, but I like this one. It's a subtle scent, and in with the floral is, do you know when you walk by a waterfall or something like that and there's water vapour in the air, there's sort of vaguely that scent. As I say, it is my first experience of a cold river soap, but it is a very nice soap indeed. I'm going to be using today my Schick Injector razor. It is an L type. There we are, that will do. Now I will put my brush, I'll put the scuttle up here so you can see it. I'll put my brush in there and hopefully that will get colder. Because as I said, that wasn't terrifically cold at all. Now, here we are. Got my Schick razor. I love this razor. It's in very nice condition. It was new old stock when I bought it. And I only bring it out occasionally. I'm going to be using a Schick Platinum Ultra blade. And I really like these. They are super, super nice. And this will be its fourth use. This is the razor that I grew up seeing in the pharmacist. It's dated from 1965 through until 1980. I do find it to be a very mild razor indeed, and I find that quite often when I use it, I go over the same areas more than I would with other razors. But I've never had any irritation with this razor at all. It's certainly very nice. I believe that Schick produced a razor blade with twin edges, and I believe that was about 1974. I seem to remember Telly Savalas advertising them. Now, if you've not tried one of these Schicks, I think they're really, really nice. They're a really good shave. they're still readily available in very nice condition. I saw one just the other day in immaculate condition, and it had a white handle with a red and blue single stripe running down the outside here. It was really very nice, and I know that was made to celebrate the Winter Olympics in, I think, 1976, but don't hold me to that. I saw it on eBay and I very nearly bought it, but I figured I don't need two razors of the same type, so I restrained myself. There we are, we'll pop that up there. I have tried to find out a little more about the soap. I will leave you to investigate Jeff's story, but I'll just hold it up there so you can see the ingredients list on the soap. I've been trying to find out what the fragrance is, and I've been unable to. I have put a comment on the Shave Den, one of the shaving forums, and I've also written to the Cold River Soap Works, but I haven't had any reply yet. It's been quite a few days now, so I don't suppose it matters as it's not available, but it is a very nice soap indeed. Now, I purposely used this soap. Not only was it a gift to me from Paul, but also, as I was using the scuttle filled with ice water, and this is quite cool now. It's not super cold at all, it's just really, really nice. But as I was using the scuttle with the ice, I didn't want to go crazy and use a menthol soap or a really, really cold soap. I'll be honest, I was a little concerned that the soap from the scuttle, and you can hear it's starting to melt a little bit now. There's a block of ice in there. But I was a little bit concerned that that ice, along with a menthol soap, would make it too cold, but it wouldn't at all. In fact, I'm really surprised that this is not colder than it is. It's not. It's cold water, basically. It's no different from a cold water shave. I did imagine it would be a lot colder. I really did. It's quite different building a lather in a bowl and then just brushing that lather on your face rather than face lathering. It's quite enjoyable, but in an entirely different way. We are now. I just looked there. I have a code on my razor. Let me show you. Under there it says patented, and you might be able to see it says, I'm trying to catch the light, M47 over on this side. That is a manufacturer's code. Unfortunately, Schick didn't have date codes like the Gillette. And you don't always know the year of the razor you're shaving with, but you can tie it down to a period or a few years. As I said, I remember this one being in the shops. Now, Schicks were made all over the world, in Canada, Sweden. Let me just name some places because it says on the back of the blade store. Factories in Canada, Holland, Sweden, USA and Venezuela. So they were produced all over the world. And I know I've talked before about that code on the razor. Could be the name of the plant where they were made. So there was a factory in Milford, Connecticut, so it could be M for Milford, but I'll be honest, I don't really know, and I don't think anyone else really does either. Nevertheless, they are a very good shave. I think this is probably, I'm not going to do it, but if I was going to go against the grain on my face, which I never do, this would be the razor to try it with. Swap hands. And there we are, that is my shave. Done and dusted. That was a rather surprising shave. I was sure that was going to be much colder than it was. Put the Schick there. I'll put the scuttle up here so you can see. Again, I would say I did leave the stopper out when I popped it in the freezer. I took the stopper out, but it's settled down again now. But as the water froze, the bottom of the scuttle bowed slightly, so it didn't quite sit straight. But I don't think there's any damage to it. There's certainly no water leaking out of it. Let me see how much of this has actually... Oh yeah, quite a bit. Oh, that is cold. Oh yeah, that's cold. So I'm surprised that the the polypropylene or whatever this plastic material is, I think has to some extent insulated the soap from the cold water or the ice. Anyway, it was very pleasant nevertheless. Now I'm just going to use a little bit. This is my summer fragrance. I must get some more aftershaves. But I do like to use the Proraso Green in the summer. I have been thinking about trying the Proraso White. I wonder if any of you guys have got it. Is it the same as the shaving cream? Or is it slightly different? Because I know the Proraso Green shaving cream is very mentholated and it's got eucalyptus in it, obviously, and I don't like that, but I love this aftershave. So it could be my next buy will be a Proraso White just to try it, a balm. I don't think they do an aftershave splash. And I have actually forked out for a new razor, and I'm really looking forward to showing that to you next week. I'm quite scared about using it, but I won't tell you any more till next week. Until then, I hope you have a good one. Thank you, by the way, to all my new subscribers, and to the regular gang, thank you for watching as always. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. All the best now. Bye bye.